Happy International Women's Day from our Park Memorial family to you, to the great many women in our community who are bringing our world to a kinder, gentler, stronger, and more compassionate place. We also here endeavor to do so under the leadership of Kirsty Smolik, our president. Kirsty, what does this day mean to you, International Women's Day, when you hear that as a woman business leader in a very significant 80-plus-year-old business in Edmonton? What does today mean to you?
It's a big deal, International Women's Day. As a woman in funeral service, I have grown up in funeral service, so I've seen the changes. When I was a little girl, this was completely male-dominated. The profession, every funeral director was male, all the attendants were male, and now here we are in 2024, and the profession is made up of majority of women. Many more women than men are in this profession. I think they feel a calling to serve. I think they feel a calling to help. Some of them are changing careers. They want to make a difference. It's amazing to see.
What would you say to young women who are trying to decide what they want to do with their lives, trying to decide what career they want to choose? What would you say to them to really open their minds to and their hearts to funeral service?
That's a tough one, because with coming into the funeral profession, it does take some life maturity, especially when you're helping families that have been through such a loss. But you'll know, I mean, we can't expect kids coming out of high school to know exactly what they want to do. I still think that's a bit ridiculous. But think about how you want to help, what you want to give back in the world, what you want to achieve.
You have been our leader here at Park Memorial for well over a decade, close to 2 decades if I'm not mistaken. How do you feel that you have changed as a woman leader when you started as compared to now?
I'm a little more stressed. Coming into it, I mean, at the start, my dad was still president. So I was coming in, I was here working my summers through university and learning from the ground up. I worked in our admin office. I photocopied a lot of sheets back then. I learned how to be a funeral attendant. I helped families on services and did slowly work my way up. How have I changed it? I try to focus on communication. That's big for me. I think if we're missing communication amongst our team, we're dropping the ball. And in funeral service, we can't afford to drop the ball. We only get one chance to do this right for every family we serve.
What are you most proud of in your time and in your leadership at Park Memorial?
That's a tough one, I would say, because I still struggle with not being able to fill my dad's shoes. They were very big shoes, size 13 in fact. But what I would say is that, especially in the last 7 years, we have made a lot of changes here and really changed our focus to serve families after the funeral. We have started putting on all kinds of grief support events. We have had movie theater premieres. We have art sessions. We have sessions just for men. Now we're doing The Strength Within. It's been amazing to watch. It's been amazing to see how our team comes together to support these families that come to these events and need us. And I'm glad to see us offering something different for these families as they go on through their journey.
I've had the privilege to walk beside you on a professional basis as you've journeyed through grief at the loss of your dad. And I've watched as you have juggled, and some days have triumphed,
dropped.
And some days have not felt enough, and it's been Those days have been hard to watch, but it has been really you have been an example of the realities of grief in a profession steeped in bereavement, grief, and loss. Why is the Strength Within such an important event for you, and why are we holding this event?
Because right now I relate exactly to this woman that we're trying to reach. This is my life. I'm living it. It's the kids, the activities, the home life, my messy home, looking after our team members. They all have their challenges at home that, let's be honest, it comes to work and they need to be heard. So there's a lot of balls in the air at any given time. And yes, I will admit, I will often drop 1 or 2 or 3 at a time. But you have to keep picking them up and you have to keep going. And there's no time to stop and really sit in that grief.
We borrowed one of your phrases for our marketing for this event. You say often that you hate the clock because no matter what you do to divide your time between work and family and kids and husband and friends and social life, somebody always loses out.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that we are going to be addressing at this event?
Absolutely, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about all these things that women think about and have to deal with and problem solve a lot in their life and be there for all those people you've just talked about. So we'll be talking about mindset, we'll be talking about dealing with your grief, tips and tools to sit in it and find time for yourself and do self-care. All these important things that all these women and myself can take home and help us on our journey forward. I really hope you will join us at the Strength Within, Balancing Life, Loss, and Chaos on Friday, May 10th. For more details, please go to parkmemorial.com.
Happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day.